Buenos dias and welcome back to another video, everybody. I am in Torrey Pines State Beach, and we're gonna shoot. Today, I'm gonna mix a little bit. My channel's about photography. It's about shooting film and digital. And today I'm gonna mix the two. I'm gonna shoot Kodak color film 400 speed. There's 24 exposures, and we're gonna shoot it on the Canon EOS R. Probably asking yourself something. Pablo, how are you gonna shoot film on a digital camera? I got you. Whoa, I got you covered. All right, you all are too smart to know that you can't put film in a digital camera, but what we are gonna do is we're gonna mimic putting film in a camera. So I am gonna limit myself to 24 shots today. I'm gonna actually set it to ISO 400. I didn't plan on doing that, but since that's what the film was, I'm gonna shoot ISO 400. So that leaves me with shutter speed and aperture to play with. 400 is gonna be set and locked in. I'm also gonna do a little bit of a challenge. I'm gonna set myself to 4-panel images. So that means there's 24 images that I can shoot, no more, no less. So I get what I get, just like you would in film. And I'm gonna shoot 4 images, so 4 panels. I mean, if I was doing 3, it'd be called a triptych, or a diptych for 2. I don't know, what do you call it, a quad tip? I don't know, but we're doing 4 panel shots, and this is a great way to start off any type of challenge when you're trying to shoot diptychs or triptychs. Just do a panning shot. So if you're gonna shoot 2 shots, you would just shoot 2 shots consecutively, maybe a little bit apart, maybe they combine, but you wanna keep them in panels so you know that it's the same environment, the same area, the story that you're trying to tell. So what we're gonna do is we're going to take 4 straight shots panning over from here out into the ocean. So that's just a great way to get started in shooting some triptychs, some diptychs, in this case, some quad tips. I don't know, 4 panels. I'm struggling with that. All right, I'm also gonna shoot these in portrait mode, so they're gonna be nice, even, clean little panels this way, from top to bottom. You know what I'm saying? Not landscape, but you could do landscapes too. All right, let's get a move on here. All right, there's one. I'm gonna pan this way. Gonna get these folks in it right here walking away. There's 2. I'm gonna get a little bit more of the runoff here going out into the ocean. There's a person out in the distance. That's perfect. And then I'm gonna shoot directly out. I mean, it almost feels like I have models out there. Hope you like those. That's a great way to get it kicked off. Let's go to another location. Hey everybody, we're at the next location, and this might look like a pile of rocks to you, and well, it is. It is a pile of rocks. But again, when you're shooting panels or sets of images and you're just practicing, just practice on the normal. You do not need the epic, hero, just grandiose shot. Try to work on your composition. So what I'm gonna do here, what my initial idea was that I'm gonna start taking pictures of 4 panels again, 4 images, all different sizes of rocks. I think that's a great way to put those side by side and get them together. And I'm just gonna start with these right up here and work my way down to the bigger rocks. So I'm gonna go from small to big, and that's just the idea right now. Keep it simple. All right, let's get going. Again, as a reminder, I'm on ISO 400. I'm at 1/250th of a second at f4. All right, let's get these little guys up here first. I'm gonna zoom in a little bit. Again, my aspect ratio is a 3:2 aspect ratio, which is native to the Canon EOS R. It might be in your camera as well. Just setting up the orientation of the rocks. I like how they're sitting. I like the browns. All right, that's one. So I'm just gonna back out a little bit. I'm gonna get some medium-sized rocks. I'm gonna get these right here. I kind of scoped these out a little bit ago. I don't mind a little bit of contrast, a little bit of the shadowing that's happening here. That's some good stuff, so I'm just gonna try to incorporate it. Again, some of these are just gonna be a little bit abstract. Oh, I like that a lot. Yummy. All right, that's 2. Back up a little more. I like these right here solely because they've had some water brushed over them. So I'm gonna utilize some of these are buried in sand or just peeking out of the sand. I like that. I think it's gonna go well with our set. So I'm gonna use my flippy screen. I'm not averse to getting down on the ground, as you can see in my last video, or one of my last videos. So, and I'm actually gonna shoot kind of from the perspective right here from this front all the way going back. So you're gonna have some softness in the front, and then it tapers off into focus in the back. So it's gonna be a little bit soft all the way through, but that's okay. Again, we're just testing this out. And then I'm gonna back all the way out for my last shot and get something, I think I like these over here, and just get some of the bigger rocks that you see over here. Yep. I like that right there. All right, that is set number 2. All right, we're just a few steps down from the rocks now, but I figured like we're starting to head into a lot more people and encounter more people. I wanted to pick something like beach life here. And of course, we're at the beach, but cars parking, a lifeguard stand, people enjoying the beach, down the beach, or on their towels and just enjoying the ocean, and then some of the ocean kind of coming in off onto the sand. So those are gonna be the 4 shots. That's what I thought in my head. Again, we've got film in here. We've got 4 more shots on the books. Let's get it done. All right, I'm just gonna shoot straight into the parking lot here. All right, got that one. I'm already positioned where I wanna be here. I love the angle of this lifeguard tower here. So I'm gonna get it. And I'm pretty much at 24 millimeters right now. I'm gonna try to get a bird in there, just got it. Again, I'm not burning film here, I'm not burning film. Now I'm going to go ahead and zoom in just a bit, probably to about 70 millimeters. Yep, that looks good. Depict a little bit of beach life. There we go. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and get some of the ocean. And maybe this bird here is part of what's happening out here at the beach. If it just can sit up, there you go. Yeah, like to pose for me. All right. That is now 3 sets in the books. Hope you're enjoying this series. We're gonna walk down the beach a little bit more, try to find something a little bit more unique, and then we'll finish off back in the studio. But first things first, let's walk down the beach and get that. All right, so we're at our 4th and final that we're actually gonna do here on camera, and sometimes you can just mimic panos. So we've actually just been mimicking panos with panels. What we have here is we have some height. If we pan the camera over this way, we have a lot of height here. You even have the moon up over the ridge there of the little mountain drop. So what I wanna do is, I don't need the scene to be all that different. I just want different sections. So what I'm gonna physically do, I'm gonna run over here, but I'm gonna come back, so stay right there. I'm actually gonna take this section here, I'm gonna walk maybe 20, 30 feet. I'm gonna get another section of the mountainous area, and then I'm gonna keep doing that and repeat that 4 times in order to get my 4 panels. Sound good? And then that's gonna be 20 shots. 20 shots in the book. It's good. That's pretty good. All right, let's get going. All right, shot number 1. I'm at about just over 35 millimeter here. I'm gonna focus at the top of the ridge. All right, that's 1. I'm gonna go ahead and walk down the beach just a little bit. I don't need them to connect. You just want to have the idea that these are all part of the same mountain range here. Let me see, do I got a wrap in me? Do I got a wrap in me today? I'm down at the beach. Look at me, I'm gonna preach about doing photography. That's all I got, I don't got any more. This looks good right here. I'm liking this. Not sure if I'll incorporate. Yeah, we won't incorporate the, let's get tower number 1 in here. Let me actually move back a little bit. Yeah. I'm gonna get lifeguard tower number 1 in this. So just as a reminder, we're not trying to connect these images. We just want to make sure that once we put all of the images together in a panel, that they look like they're part of the same set. All right, let's get 2 more. What's really cool here is that we're starting to run out of vegetation on the side of the seascape here, and we're going to run into an area where there's only going to be rock, and there will be no green vegetation. So I think that's kind of cool to capture. Kind of fades off. It's really heavy at the north end, and on the south end it's starting to become a little less veggie. All right, let's move down just a little bit more. Yeah, this looks good right here. Oh, this looks super nice. And that's shot 3. So that's 19 shots of my film, wink wink, in the camera. Now we're just gonna move all the way down until we get to only rocks, no vegetation on the side of the rocks. All right, so we're at our 4th shot. We've walked quite a bit of ways, and now we are really out of space. If we can get the the seascape on this has gotten really high. So as we've walked down, it's just at basically its highest point. So I want that in the set of images. So let's go ahead and shoot this last one. At about, again, 35 millimeters, and it is taking up most of the frame. Gotcha. That's 20 shots. That is 4 sets in the books. All right, I'm gonna share the other 2 sets back in the studio. We'll talk about them there. Hey y'all, it's a couple days later and I am back home. Thank you so much for hanging out in this video. If you are still watching, you're a trooper. I appreciate it. I want to share with you the last 2 sets of 4-panel images that I took. And I walked a little bit further down the beach and I came upon this area where there was a formulation of black sand mixed with kind of the beige or brown sand. And I found it to be very attractive, and I just wanted to shoot the 4 panels in a very tight spot. For whatever reason, I did not, when I was taking the images, did not even notice the shoe prints. While I was trying to stay away from them, I was looking in different areas, I was looking all around. I don't know what it was, but I still managed to get some shoe prints in these images, but it's okay. It was a lot of fun shooting these polytics. I guess I learned a new word, diptychs, tri-tips. That sounds good right now. It's about dinner time. Triptychs and polytics. So nonetheless, on my phone, I have the 4 shots that I took, and I really enjoyed this set. In fact, when it was all said and done and I was done at the beach, I came back to this spot and tried to reshoot the image, but it just didn't have the same flavor as when I had been there earlier in the day. Plus, there was still a lot of shoe prints and I didn't want to mess with the sand to try to clean it up. So there'll be another time, another place to do that, but I really enjoyed the sand. It reminded me of sand art, so to speak, and so that spoke to me a lot. And then the last one was just to finish off. This was really towards the very end of the beach until it turns around the corner. You go through a little small crevice to get to the other side, but I noticed that seascape out there and I definitely knew I wanted to incorporate it. So to get a little bit of a different perspective, I shot 2 consecutive shots, one where I blurred the foreground and focused on the background, and then I reversed that and blurred the background and had the foreground in shape. from that perspective down lower. So I really enjoyed that. And then I panned the camera a little bit to the left and noticed a couple people taking some images. So I thought I would use that as some scale, shot that image. I really enjoyed that image. That's one of my favorites of the shoot. And then finally, I just backed the camera out and shot kind of a wider image and just kind of get all the perspective of the big kind of mountainous type of cliffs off to the left, and obviously the seascape off to the right, and those two people are still in that spot and image. So that's gonna do it. I appreciate you hanging out with me here today. Subscribe if you're not subscribed. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know if you're into doing diptychs or triptychs, or even these new style 4-panel, which were pretty cool and pretty new to me as well. But it gives you some opportunity to go out and focus on a style of photography that you might not be used to, and get you out of a creative rut if you are in one. So I challenge you to go out and do that. Like this video if you liked any part of it. I appreciate you guys. Until the next one, peace. Enjoyed going out and shooting these 4-panel polytychs, diptychs, polytychs.